Right. Okay, so good morning, everybody. So a little bit different this morning. I'm actually just trying to do a test stream with Cyberpunk. Haven't played Cyberpunk for like 18 months, and it's on my list of games that I want to do. And obviously, with the new monitor going from 1080p up to 1440p, I was like, wow, games look amazing. I'd love to go back. It's been one of the games that I want to go back and play for a while. And yeah, sorry, I am losing my voice. I'm really not too well at the minute. So I wanted to go back and play Cyberpunk and seeing it in 1440p. The thing is, I've had to play around with some of the settings and drop some of them down to medium rather than high because I was only getting barely 30 frames. So we're actually going to run another benchmark here. And then we're going to see what it's like because I'd like to be able to play and stream at the same time. Um, I can already see I've got Task Manager open on the other monitor. I can already see my CPU's peaking at 100%. Um, the memory's 88%, GPU's 90%. Actually, a lot of that and more of that is being used by OBS than Cyberpunk. So we've managed to get the FPS increase there to 38. Oh, how do we get the FPS higher? That's what I want to know, is how we increase the FPS. Like playing and changing, 44, 51. Actually playing with PC settings to try and get things working properly is not something that I know how to do very well. So I do just have to play and keep my fingers crossed and hope. It is looking bloody good though, I've got to say. Even though I've turned the settings down to medium, it looks really, really good compared to the 1080p that I was and the 30 FPS I was playing it on my other monitors. Um, so max FPS was 58, minimum was 28, average was 40. I mean that's still huge compared to what we had before. What if we come down and do... What if we drop it to medium settings? Everything on medium settings. I don't like motion blur anyway. I normally turn that off. It's still leaving everything on high, even though I've put... I know I have got things on high. So let's drop things down to medium then. I know the crowd density is something that kills things. Actually, that can go off because we're not... Don't think my graphics card can do DLSS. So crowd densities are on low. We've got texture quality of medium. It does leave all of this as high, but that's fine. Now let's run another benchmark and see how it's going. Hey Cody, I'm not actually sure at the moment, mate. This is literally just a test. I'm trying to. I've got a new monitor and I've jumped up to 1440p, so I need to replay with some settings. One, to make it look good. Two, to obviously stream and play at the same time. But it looks bloody amazing. Compared to the 1080p that I was playing in, jumping up to 1440 is huge. It looks amazing. It's just Cyberpunk, for some reason, seems to be really intensive. See, my CPU's now dropped to like 50%. So I feel like that's not... I feel like dropping that down to medium settings hasn't actually made a difference. So we probably can keep that high. Look, the FPS hasn't gone up. That's what I want. I want to know how we get that FPS up. It definitely looks well. As you can see, it looks amazing. Or at least I'm hoping stream can see what it looks like. I'm putting it out at 14,000 kilobytes a second, which I believe is 1440p on stream. So I'm hoping it looks okay. Yeah, so my CPU's spiking a little bit here, up to 75. Let's see what the benchmark puts it at. Max FPS there was 100. The average was still 35. How do I increase the FPS? That's what I don't get. Is it the resolution scaling? No. So we've got VSync on. See, this is where my knowledge of PCs struggles. How do I push the FPS up? Maybe I can't. I also feel like we can go back to high because that wasn't really causing an issue. Surely some settings must help with phase. Yeah, the problem is I don't know what settings do that. Let's do what I normally in these situations. What I have to do is things like this. How to improve frame rate on Cyberpunk PC. Turning off VSync and utilising G-Sync or FreeSync can greatly improve performance in Cyberpunk. Right, so okay, let's look at that first. How do we turn off VSync? Video off. There we go. Right, okay. I suppose we do that first then. See what difference that makes. We'll let this run. We'll let that run in the background. I'll try and keep an eye on the task manager as well. Turning off VSync and utilising G-Sync or FreeSync can greatly improve performance. The optimised presets in Cyberpunk can significantly increase FPS without sacrificing. The game's upscaling features can significantly increase FPS, with some users experiencing up to 140 DLSS. So I just don't know enough about computers and how the settings work. Ah, right, okay. So I just saw that apparently being full screen makes a big difference as well. So we can try that in a minute. Because obviously it's on windowed borderless at the moment, so we will throw it up to full screen. And that's only because it makes it easier for me streaming, jumping between the two. Right, average 35, so... yeah, so VSync was off on that one. So I'll leave that off. Window mode. Let's go full screen. I don't know what HDR mode does. Reduces systems latency and improves game responsiveness. I mean, I guess we leave that on as well. Right, so let's put it into full screen. Let's have a look now. And I've just had the HDR pop up from my monitor as well there for the first time. So let's see what that does. Now, yeah, something's definitely got to be changing because now my CPU and my graphics card are all spiked and peaked massively. They've gone from like the 75% to 100, 100, 100. It's still saying 30 FPS. Yeah, mate, it seems like rocket science to me as well. Honestly, I've been playing computer games now on I say computer games. I've been playing games for years, but I've been playing games on computer for a couple of years now. Um, but a friend of mine built my computer for me, and I don't know enough about it to actually do anything. Like, literally, whenever I have problems, I normally end up trying to sort it out myself, and inevitably, if I can't, I end up ringing him up and saying, "Hey mate, how you doing? Do you fancy a coffee and a bacon sandwich?" And then he comes around and go, "Why are you here?" And he starts laughing. He goes, "What have you done to it now?" And he'll come and try to sort it out. Yeah, I mean, maybe I try and cap it at like 60 FPS or something, just to try and increase it. I really don't know. Because I'm guessing it's trying to push 144. Yeah, see, look, our max has dropped, our average has dropped. Yeah, maximum is 144. So let's try. Let's try 60 first. See what happens there. As you can tell, guys, I'm also losing my voice. I'm really struggling with being ill. I know. The only problem is it means I need to Alt Tab every time I need to swap between the monitors when it's in full screen. This is why I like games being windowed borderless, because I can just jump between monitors really easily with the mouse. Yeah, I've got a few mates, to be fair, that are really good with computers. Um, and I really should have learnt more in the years from watching them, but I haven't. Like when they keep it stupid, I can follow along and I pick things up. But unfortunately, they all know so much more than me. Inevitably, they always start waffling and get into the real technical stuff, and my brain just goes and switches off completely, and then doesn't take anything in. I feel like this is worse. If it looks a lot more juddery. Doesn't seem to be as smooth. CPU's come down. Graphics cards at 98%. But it actually seems like OBS is using more of my graphics card than what the game is. Minimum, maximum. Right. I've got one more thing that I want to try. Yeah, I don't think capping it helped either, to be fair. If anything, it made it worse because it started stuttering in some places. So there's one more thing that I do want to try. And there's a streamer mode. So I want to have a look and see what the streamer mode does. So we'll come to... yeah, so there's this Stream Deck one. I'm not sure what that actually does. And I don't know if I can use this because I'm not on an AMD graphics card. I'm on a GeForce. So I don't know what kind of a difference it would make. But what we'll do is we're just going to pick that as a setting. Just come back out and make sure that it has actually applied. Right, now we'll run the benchmark with that setting, see if it makes a difference. Because this is what they're calling their, I think, is their stream mode, which tries to boost everything to look the best for stream. Oh look, yeah, the FPS counter is already at 56, So that's hugely better. Doesn't look as good in overall quality. I think that's gone down a smidgen. But the FPS has gone up, which ultimately will resolve it looking better. Yeah, normally with the... Well, that is one thing I do know. Normally with the FOV change, it does actually drop it rather than increase it, because it's trying to render more of the vision in. ...60 FPS. Right, I wonder if the cap's still on. If the cap is still on, it might also be due to the fact my CPU is literally capped at 100%. It's redlining at 100%, so my computer has nothing more to give it. This is where trying to find the fine line between it looking good and what my computer can handle in playing and streaming all off of the same machine. So we had actually capped that there, but look, the max FPS went up to 100. An average of 57. So let's see if we take that cap off. 144 hertz is the cap, because that's all the monitor will do. So there's no point having it higher than that, because the monitor won't do higher than that. Now let's see what we can do. I've got to try and record. I wanted to try and record this Hydra video today, but my voice is absolutely killing me. Alright, fingers crossed, here we go. 50, 54, 55, CPU's at 85%, graphics cards at 100%. I mean, the other option is, it might actually be a case of looking to see if I can upgrade my chip at some point soon. But I think the upgrade to mine's seriously looking at a lot of money to make a significant upgrade. I go from the i7 that I'm on to looking at like one of the new i9s or something, I think. There might be something in between. Let's have a look. So that's still kind of hitting 60, but it feels like it's a lot smoother. Now we've taken away the FPS cap. That does feel smoother. So there we go. Obviously the max FPS didn't hit as high. The average is still sitting around 60. So, but the number of frames are considerably more. So I feel like that might be where we have to sit. We'll now load into game and have a look. The chips vary. Let's let that load in a minute. Chips massively vary, but I've got the i7. I want to say the 4790. Computer, is this it? No. Where do I find the my computer bits? Oh, actually, I know where I can find that. I can find it on the NVIDIA one here, can't I? It'll tell me what my bits are here. So I've got the i7 8700K. i7 8700K. Let's have a look at this and see what an upgrade would be. Yeah, so I mean, that's what's that's the recommended price for mine. But obviously I'd be looking at an upgrade. So I'm guessing any of these would be an upgrade. I don't think I would need the i9. I mean, maybe we look at this one. an 8th gen. Hang on, let's do the sensible thing. Let's do them side by side, and then we can actually see. So the i7 8700K which I've got is there, and the i7 1270 is there. It's a 12th gen or an 8th gen. So the next question would be is if my motherboard would take the new chip. Total cores 12, total cores 6, total threads 12, total threads 20. This doesn't mean much to me, to be honest. I know these are things I have to look at. So DDR4, DDR5. They're things I do have to look at. I just don't know enough about it to know if this would go on my motherboard or not. But if I spoke to, I'd speak to my friends, he'd know. If we said, right, let's look at this. How much would one of these cost? 300 quid. 288 quid. Might be worth actually. Mind you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, my Viper RAM's a little bit more than that anyway. Right, okay. Look, that I'm going to have to do some looking into that, because maybe maybe it'll be a case of looking at upgrading the chip at some point in the near future. Because the 1080 Ti is still a bloody good card. I've been looking online, and to get an upgrade for my card, I'm looking mega bucks, like £1,000, and I'm not spending £1,000 on a new graphics card. Not when mine's running fine without a problem. Let's see what this looks like in game. See, I look in the distance there, that does not look good. That's not just me, is it? That does not look great. I mean, the settings are still also the same, still medium and high. I still think it's this because my computer's not AMD and neither is my graphics card. Let's see what that does. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just really bad at noticing the difference. Hang on. Let's maybe because I'm getting old and I've not got my glasses on that I'm meant to be using when I'm sat at a computer is making the difference, that I can't actually notice it. Yeah, that did look a bit laggy, didn't it? It didn't look great. I say I'm getting old now, and I got to wear glasses when, or I'm meant to wear glasses at the computer. Yeah, get wrecked. One thing I do know, unfortunately, would 1080p help with the frames? Well, the thing is, I was playing on 1080p, and obviously I've just spent a lot of money upgrading my monitors to. Oh yeah, there's police chases and stuff now, isn't there? This is why I wanted to come back, because there's been a lot of changes to Cyberpunk, and there's obviously DLC out, and I wanted to give all that a go. But I would have to start a new game because it's been so long. Have a grenade. Rah! You can tell that I've been playing FPSs back on controller for the last year, can't you? Yeah, I've been back to playing COD on Xbox, and you can tell. Yeah. What do you mean, finish me off? You ain't finishing shit off. How do I open the doors? I can't remember how to open the door. I'm so dead. I am so dead. Ah, fuck. The cool thing is I actually get to be me and swear like mad when I'm playing games like this because they are 18s and, well, you shouldn't be watching it if you're not, so... Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, game has some crazy good stuff to do now. Yeah, I think it may just be a very intense game. That's the thing, isn't it? Like I remember even when I wasn't streaming it before and playing it, even on max settings, I've got mates that have got, you know, £2,000-3,000 gaming rigs that couldn't handle or couldn't even make Cyberpunk look good. So maybe it is just the fact that it is such an intensive game. I know that if we log on to maybe COD or Destiny or anything like that, it's going to look hella different. I mean, it doesn't look bad, to be fair. It really doesn't look bad. It looks a lot better than I remember it, to be honest. I just think it always was one of those, wasn't it? They didn't put a lot of effort into things like, you know, making the water look good. Hell, I've got the water looks better on Minecraft with the mods, which says something. But okay, look, that... So we know Cyberpunk is working, and it's working well, and it's looking really good. Let's let it close down, sort itself out. Right, so that's looking good. I'm hoping there's no updates for this. Oh, there bloody well is, isn't there? We've got updates for Elden Ring. We're going to have updates for it. Because I haven't played games on the computer for a while, I've been back to playing on the Xbox. I bought an X. I don't know. Maybe it's not going to be that long. Oh, let's have a look. How big is it? Yeah, it's going to take a while. Going to take a while before we can look at Elden Ring. Right, okay. See if Valhalla's got an update. Maybe Valhalla will work. We'll see what that looks like in 1440p and max settings. Oh. While the rest of these download. I've already said yes. Yes. How many times? How many more times? Thank you. I think I really need to buy a bottle for myself as well, rather than nicking my wife and kids once all the time. I'm sure that's exactly how I've got ill in the first place, by sharing drinks and crap with the kids all the time. They keep getting all these bugs from school, and then I nick their juice bottles and make myself ill because of it. Alright, are you going to load now, please? That'd be nice. Yes. Now play. Saw you trying to open up. Oh, for God's sake. I absolutely hate the Ubisoft fucking launcher. It's a pile of wank. And it's logged me out, so now I've got to try and remember all my login details. There we go. Alright. Actually, Elden Ring's loaded pretty well, to be honest. Where's my UB launcher gone now? Don't they always? To be fair, I just noticed I've got friend requests coming up. So it's been so long since I've been on here because I just absolutely hate the launcher. To be fair. Da, 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 da. Just make sure everything's kind of locking in right, because it seems to have frozen, doesn't it? Are we going to load, or are we going to sit there looking at the screen forever? It's frozen because the flames have stopped. Right, there we go. That's close that down. Now let's try again. There we go. Some point today would be really nice. It's like Starfield as well, actually. I've been playing Starfield on the X because my PC just can't handle it and make it look good. It's so intensive. Yeah, see look, Valhalla's frozen again. Right, let's let Elden Ring open up. You've had your chance, Elden Ring. Assassin's Creed. Absolutely amazing, mate. So Assassin's Creed is one series that I love. I buy every single one of them. It's one that it's probably one of the only game series that I ever worry about 100% in, and really enjoying. You know, I don't skip any cutscenes. I make sure I watch everything, listen to everything. I love the games. I've even got the books as well. I had all the statues until I sold them all the other year because it was just a lot of money sitting in the loft. I had them around the room, um, but then they got put away in the loft when we had the kids. And I was like, well, it's literally hundreds, in some cases thousands of pounds worth of statues sitting in the loft. So I sold them. But the games are amazing. Now it loads Valhalla. Oh well, let's have a look. There we go. They are worth doing. Valhalla for me is a game that I've actually put in a ridiculous chunk of time because of what it is. I love the Vikings and it's set here in a historic England, so I love it. It ticks both boxes for me. It's Assassin's Creed, it's Vikings, it's England. You know, it's everything I want personally in an Assassin's Creed game. So let's have a look at the difference then. Obviously, Cyberpunk looked good, but it was obviously really intensive. We'll have a look now at Valhalla. We'll also look at Elden Ring when it's finished installing, just because I want to compare what they all look like. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting into it, man. Without a doubt. They are so worth it. If you haven't played the newer ones, they're really, really good. Really good. That's my clan boss run finished. Oh, there we go. That's obviously not being good, is it? It's trying to open up 2 games. Let's close one of them down, because I can't have both. That might be why things aren't working and running smoothly. I was trying to run both games together. I think I've just closed both of them down, haven't I? No? There we go. Right. So our first thing will be to come in here. Yes. See that it's locked here. Oh, we don't want it at 2560 by 1080. I don't know why it's gone to that. Because obviously it should be rocking in 2560 by 1440 rather than 1080. Yeah, see that obviously doesn't look right, does it? That doesn't look right. Oh, here we go. Now we can change it. Look, 2560 by 1440. Come on. Yes, we want to keep those settings. Right, that's looking better. At least we know everything's right. Everything should be on ultra high. Because I know Valhalla is optimized extremely well because I've played it and streamed it in ultra before. So I know the computer can handle it without a problem. It's just the jump up from 1080p to 1440 that we need to look at. If it opens again at least. Use my silver keys in Doom Tower. Let's do that one, like that one. Right, here we go. Oh. But yeah, I even bought Valhalla, Origins, and Odyssey for Albie on the Xbox, um, just so he could do the exploring mode and have all the educational stuff on it because he loves playing Assassin's Creed. He's played them with me and he really likes them and he likes learning the history from them. So I made sure I brought them all on Xbox for him just so that he could do the educational tours and start game modes on them, which are actually really, really good. Very worth doing. Right, so here we go. Let's double check. These are all turned on to ultra high. Yeah, we're not using a massive amount of this. We are on 2560 by 1440. Let's whack out the benchmarks here and see what this will put out. Right, there we go. Wow, that looks hugely different. Damn. I mean, you can see my graphics card's pretty much maxing out. And that's because OBS is using a lot of that to stream. But it literally looks like I'm playing a new game compared to what it looked like at 1080. Damn. That is beautiful. There you go. That's what water should look like, Cyberpunk. That's how you do water. CPU's not actually doing that much, to be fair. It's handling it really well to be streaming and playing together. There we go. Maximum of 128 FPS. Average. Oh, what's this here? This doesn't mean anything to me, to be honest. I'm more interested in here. Lowest FPS was 28. Was 20. Maximum was 128. Average is 48. That's good. While we're actually on here, so if you're considering of getting it, Cody, I'll show you quickly why we're on here before we go and have a look at Elden Ring. I'll actually load into the game and show you just how big one of the maps is. I'm not going to ruin the whole game for you, but I'll show you how big England is, because obviously the main game is England. But you do have other maps. So you see on here, I'm 64 hours in just on this save. I've got other saves. Are they on here or are they on the other computer? They might be on the other one. No, look, there's my other one. There's my other save, 131 hours. Then I've got the 60 odd hours in this save. And then I've got it on Xbox as well, with about 100 and something odd hours onto it as well. Like, I love Valhalla. Valhalla to me is the best Assassin's Creed ever, and that is purely down to the fact that I love Vikings. It's set in England. I love English history, being English, living in England. I love our history, and Ubisoft have done it so well that I just get engrossed into it all the time. Oh wow, yeah, this looks really cool. Unfortunately, wow, look how cool that looks. It is literally like playing a different game. Holy shit. That's incredible. Right, so unfortunately you are going to have to see one of the DLC maps. This is one of the DLC maps. It's huge. Let's wake up. I won't ruin the storyline behind it, but yeah, we'll go look at the other maps. Oh mate, Vikings are amazing. I'm actually going through at the moment. I don't know if you've seen. I'm growing my hair. I'm actually having I'm having it all wrapped soon. It's already down to just above my shoulders, and I'm having the Ragnar Viking wraps put through it in a couple of weeks, which I'm really looking forward to. So this is Eivor. This is the main character for Valhalla. Now, you don't have to be a woman. You can be a man or a woman. You pick when you start the game off. Oh wow! Look how good this looks. Holy crap! Like, if you actually want a direct comparison on how good this is looking at 1440p compared to 1080p, go back and look at some of my other streams and videos that I did on Valhalla, and you will see, because they were streamed and recorded in 1080. But this is England. This is the main map for England, and it is huge. Yeah, absolutely huge. But it's not the only map. You've got England, Norway, Finland, the Isle of Skye, Ireland, and the dream world we were just in. And I won't ruin the story, but yeah, there is so much content in this game. It is huge. These are all the completed quests that I've done on this 64-hour playthrough. And I have not done all of them on this one. I have done all of them on my 141-hour playthrough. You've got your standard order. I mean, it's pretty much the same. Obviously, you've got your inventory with your armor and your gear. You've got your skills. So this is the skill tree. And the skill tree alone is huge. As you can see, this is my 64-hour plate account, and I don't have everything unlocked on here yet. On my 141-hour, I have about 99% of it unlocked. So there's still a couple I need on there as well. And then you've got your abilities. So it's a huge game, and it's massive. Yeah, definitely. If you played The Witcher 3, it's very much. If you've played The Witcher 3 and you like it, you'll love Valhalla. Um, right, so there we go. That's what. So Valhalla looks amazing. That literally looks like a new game. Playing it in 1440p. That's incredible. Let's see what Elden Ring looks like now. I bet this is going to look like a new game as well. Um, One game I wouldn't recommend, actually, and some people will hate it. The new Assassin's Creed Mirage. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It goes back to the original Assassin's Creed with the stealth and everything else. But I think I literally played it for like 30 hours and completed it, and I'm done. I haven't gone back to it. It's the first ever Assassin's Creed game I've not gone back to play more than once, and I have no intention to. And that's why I wouldn't recommend it. It'll be worth buying in a year when it's on sale for like 15 quid. But I couldn't recommend anyone buy it for a full price because it should never have been a full price game. Right, I think by the look of this, we're going to have to play with settings again. We'll have to Right, so system. Yeah, there we go. So 2560 by 1440. Why can't I go back? Oh, don't tell me I have to play. Do I have to play on a controller? It's been that long since I played Elden Ring on PC that I can't remember. No, I don't have to play it on controller, do I? Bear with me, let me go get a controller then. Right, my falling apart controller. But if it can get us back to the main menu, maybe I need to change it. Right, there we go. So now we can use the mouse. What did I just do? No, I don't want to do that. Right, system. I don't want it to be on controller. I'm sure that we did not have to play it on controller before. In fact, I'm almost adamant that we didn't play it on controller before. Yeah, there we go, keyboard and mouse. But it's not picking up, is it? Right, okay, let's unplug the controller for a minute. I haven't played Elden Ring for a long time, so I'm going to be interested to see as well. Wow, okay. Because I know we've got Shadow of the Erdtree DLC coming out soon. That is awesome as well. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so I'm like 107 hours in on this one as well. Are there any kind of caps or anything we need to worry about? I never know whether it's worth having HDR on or not. Right, now I've got to try and remember how I actually travel. How do I travel and open up my map and... I don't actually remember. I don't remember at all. Key bindings. Jump is F. Left click, right click, yeah. Well, how do I open up my map? Oh, now I'm back to, I can't actually, I don't know why it's doing this. It's only I've got to have a controller in. It's just stopping me from doing anything without a controller. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. I never had problems before using keyboard. I'm sure I never had. I use keyboard and mouse for everything. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Because it's telling me to use. I mean, yeah, wow, it's obviously looking very, very good, isn't it? Maybe I did use a controller. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, maybe I did use a controller for this one actually, but I don't remember using a controller. I actually think no, I didn't use a controller for it. I did use keyboard and mouse because I remember getting extremely frustrated. It was the first PvE game I tried to play on keyboard and mouse. So I was learning keyboard and mouse as well as it being my first From Software game. So I was trying to learn how the game worked as well. And I was pretty much ready to throw myself off of a very tall building because I couldn't do it. I remember now. But yeah, it does look very, very cool. I can't work out how to run. I can't work out any of the controllers again. But as we're only trying to look and see what it looks like, we'll just get up here. Yeah, it's looking very good. That again, it's looking like a new game. That castle up there before, I wouldn't have been able to see. That would have been extremely blurry. Wouldn't have seen that bridge up there in that detail. And again, if you wanted to see yourself, you can go back and actually watch the Elden Ring streams and videos that I did before and see the difference. But that is huge. Wow. I tell you what, I thought exactly the same. I'd never played a From Software game, but obviously I know From Software did Dark Souls, and I know how hard Dark Souls is. I was ready to rage quit on this game, and I'll tell you, Elden Ring is tough until you work out how to play it. Well, that's how it was for me, because I'd never played a From Software game. Because it doesn't tell you where to go, it doesn't tell you what to do. Again, look, I can't open my map. So because it doesn't tell you where to go or what to do, like when you first start, you open this map and everything is basically shut off. You can't see any of this. Yeah, it's just a dead map like this here. That's how it would look there, and you don't know where to go, what to do, and then eventually you find these grace points. And actually, what I didn't know to start off with is these grace points point you in the direction. If you find them, they point you in the direction of where to go. But then, like here, the castle, it doesn't tell you anymore. It just points you to it and then lets you learn. And I think because it was my first From Software game, I really struggled with that to start with. But actually, after about 20 hours or so into it, I then fell in love with it, and I spent an entire year where I didn't put it down, where I'm into New Game Plus multiple times. I've speed run it through New Game Plus and things, and it's amazing. I love it. It's a game I fell in love with, and I know there's a lot of real hardcore From Software fans say that this is the easiest game that they ever made, and you know, Just because you play and enjoy Elden Ring doesn't mean you're any good, blah blah blah, and all that bollocks. Because I've said it all over the last 2 years or so from Elden Ring. Mate, ignore everyone. It's an amazing game. It doesn't matter whether you find it easy or hard. The game is fun. I find it very difficult. I find it easy now. Now I've got builds and I've learned how the game works, and I've learned how to do different bosses and things like that, and I've done the story a few times. I find it easy and it's good fun. But there are still moments where I go, oh yeah, this is easy, and then bang, you're dead. And then you're dead again, and you're dead again, and you're dead again, and you have to remind yourself that you can't just steamroll through bosses even when you're powerful, because they will fuck you up. They will ruin your shit very quickly. And as soon as you get a little bit overconfident, it's like game over. So, yeah. Oh, well, look, bottom line, guys, I am super happy. That's an incredible change to how I see games from 1080p up to 1440. That is just phenomenally good. Let it flick itself around. What are you doing, computer? Flicking between HDR and not HDR. So there we go, guys. Look, like I say, it was meant to be just a Cyberpunk one, but we've now tested Cyberpunk, Valhalla and Elden Ring. Probably the 3 games that I would notice the massive difference. Starfield, unfortunately, I'll actually try it again, but I don't think my computer likes Starfield. I'll pull this up as well. It struggles with Starfield. In fact, I need to put this on the other monitor, don't I? We'll let it open and load. See, even on the loading screens, I'm on like 100% Series, 100% CPU. My graphics card's doing fuck all. My CPU is getting hit hard. Right, now I should be able to continue. In fact, see, look, I can even moving the mouse around. My CPU is like saying, nope, fuck off. Right, so it has picked it up as 1440p. That's fine. No, we'll go full screen. See, yeah, look, it's put everything on low. Everything is on its lowest settings and I'm still struggling. Like, it is super intensive. Okay, maybe I do have to have that on then. Yeah, so everything's on low. Alright. Let's have a look. Because I say everything up till now I've had to do is I've had to play on Xbox, which sucks because all the mods are on PC, so I would love to be able to play it on computer and have the mods on. Mod support's coming to Xbox this year. But it would be cool if I could play Starfield on here, actually. I would love that. I do find it funny, though, that even in the menu system... Oh, God, that looks awful. Oh, God, no, we couldn't play like that. Not when I've been playing on a 4K TV on the X. There's no way I could play that. Right, we're not going to get Ultra. Let's slowly take it up. And see what happens. Oh! Yeah, my computer is struggling. Oh! So even on medium settings, my computer is shitting a brick right now. Everything's on 100%. Let's have a look on here, shall we? If I don't move, it's starting to look okay. Like, that's starting to look like... Do you know what? Actually, my computer is... CPU and everything has gone down in usage. Putting the settings up. Because my graphics card's taking more of the work. Right. Graphics card's taking more of the work. You gonna do the same here? No. Yeah, see, it's getting very choppy. Yeah, it's very, very choppy. Right, okay. Let's have a look and see what we can... So maybe we end up on high, and then we drop... Turn motion blur off. Sets the resolution upscaling method between AMD... I suppose we turn that off then. Can we... So again, this is where I struggle knowing what ones to turn down. This would be one of those I'd have to watch a video and see if I could tweak the settings enough. Yeah, I think I'd have to try and tweak around. Because look, it's looking good. Looking better. That's my ship. Wow, that looks amazing. That looks hugely better than what it does on the Xbox. Stood still, but obviously it's not smooth, is it? It's not consistent. Look. At least on the Xbox, everything is smooth. I feel like if I could potentially watch a video. Yeah, I almost feel like if we watched a video, we could tweak with some of these settings. And if we tweak some of the settings, we may actually be able to get Starfield to work. I mean, the other option is, and I have actually been considering it, I've very much been considering, because I've got the Xbox, I've actually been considering getting another Elgato, but getting the one that goes into the computer. And the one that will allow me to stream and play and things in 4K. And then I could just bring the Xbox back in here and have it all hooked through. Because then I could... If I could hook it through the computer, I think I could use OBS to stream from with the Xbox and still play in 1440p. Right, okay, so I mean Starfield will play, it just doesn't play very well, but I think I could probably get it to play well, or well enough at least, even if I could get the settings to match Xbox, which I feel somewhere between high and medium. See, that's obviously more consistent. That's smoother, isn't it? So it's going to be a case of then coming in and tweaking. Like, we'll say, right, we'll put that up. We'll put that up. Yeah, and it's just about, we'll turn that off. It'll be, how do we tweak all these settings? See, look, if you look at the weapon, my weapon, you can see the kind of blurriness around the lasers at the front of it. Look, it's very blurry. Where if I put that up, if I put the entire thing up to ultra, that'll look amazing when it kicks in. So I think this is just a fine tune that's needed. Oh no, actually it doesn't make that much of a difference, does it? Yeah, I think a fine tune is needed, but I most definitely do not know enough about the settings. It might just be a case of it's just that intensive I can't do it. Yeah. Right, okay, well that is definitely something else we can look into, because it would be very nice to play Starfield on the PC, if I can get it to work. Right, there we go, guys. That's everything that I wanted to do. Well, in fact, that's a hell of a lot more than what I wanted to do. I just wanted to look at Cyberpunk, to be fair, and we checked a few games out. So I am super happy with that. Yeah, happy days. Thank you very much, guys. Like I said, I won't be live tonight because I'm actually going to be on the Xbox tonight, having a chill night, playing some Call of Duty Zombies with some mates. But I will be back over the weekend, through the week. In fact, I might just catch up with some videos over the weekend because I do feel rough as fuck. So we might have a weekend where we don't stream. I get my voice back properly. We do a couple of videos and go from there. We'll close out that. So thank you very much for coming and stopping in, guys. I appreciate you being here, and I'll catch you later. Have a good day.